Hey everybody, my name is Travis. This is my channel, Jack of All Trades. So today we're going to I'm going to show you what you need to do with cutting out your leather. So we're going to use this for our bag that we're working on. And I was thinking about it. These are the side pieces. When we cut these out, we're going to cut these out of just this. And the main body piece, sorry mustache hair, the main body piece is going to be cut out of this, and then we will back it with the other leather. These pieces we're not going to back, because if we back the main body part, that'll be given enough stiffness that we don't have to have this. Hey, over, yeah, there you go, there you go. My camera person's phone instead of filming. Anyhow, so we will, and I'll show you that when we do that. So, and I have to apologize for the last video. I didn't realize we were going 43 minutes, but I didn't also realize that we didn't have 8 minutes of a video that it didn't have any sound to it either until after the fact, so my bad. So when you do these, it is actually important that we know which side of our pattern is up. If I was just to have made these out of paper, I would have written front. I don't know if you can see that because it doesn't matter on the paper pattern itself. And the reason being is when you're cutting something out, if there are holes or something specific that have to be on one side or whatever, that makes a difference. These, it doesn't matter, because if I do it this way or this way, it's going to be the same. But if you have those holes that need to be specific or whatever, and let's say there's a hole over here that needs, or a square that needs to be on there on that side of the front, if I was to do it like so and trace it out, it'd be completely in the wrong spot. So you need to know which side is front. So if you're going to do it if you're going to trace out your pattern on the side of the leather, you're going to see that pattern needs to be the correct way. What I do is I trace it from the back. That way when I cut it, you don't see any pin marks or pencil, any pin marks or any markings on it that you may see in your finished product. So now here again, since you're from the back of the leather, you want to trace out your pieces the way that they would show. So since they would show like this, now you're doing face down. Okay? And on these, I don't care. I want the marks and the scars and the scrapes and stuff on this pouch, so I'm just going to hold it down here. Make sure I got it there. And then my other one. Like so. Now my main body piece, you want to do this so you have the least amount of waste possible. And don't forget to mark out your slots. Okay. Now since we have that done, all it is cutting things out. I like using my rotary tool on this, and when we get this cut out, the biggest part of this one is the hole punching the slots out. I like using my rotary tool on this because it just cuts a lot nicer. And I'm just gonna put it right on this line here and cut it right on, nice and easy, staying on the line. And if we would have had sound on 8.5 minutes of the other video, I told you about how cutting out these corners, but since we didn't, you didn't hear me saying, hey, this is how you cut out these corners. So we'll go over that. But I'm going to cut out this. Okay, now we're going to get this out of, the rest of this out of our way. Alright. And that's how you cut your corners with your rotary tool. Just a little bit as you're going around. These ones I'll cut out off camera. You get the gist. You cut all your pieces the same way. You know, follow the lines, and when you're doing and when you're cutting that radius, no matter how big the corner is or how small, you just kind of go with it and cut it off when you feel like you can't go anymore around the corner. And then that gives you that radius. So we'll do that one later. And the reason I want all these scars, this is a free range buffalo. Usually when you do projects and stuff like this, you don't want any blemishes, any flaws, anything in the, but these are all scars from this buffalo living its life, you know, and stuff. And so I want that. So that's what we're gonna have is free range buffalo scars. We're gonna pull the top pattern back out because we're gonna do something. We're gonna find our boom chow. So just like with doing our pattern, I didn't ever change the punch from the pattern. So if you look, I can tell which way is which. I just got to figure out how to put it down on there. Alright. So if I go in here and I do like so real quick, just kind of see where the ends are. And this is on the back side, so it doesn't really matter. You just need to know where the ends kind of are after you have marked them. And punch them out. Probably can't see it on camera, but because I only made those just enough to where I can see them really. Those marks, but what you can do, you know, if you make it enough with the pen, then you ain't got to worry about going and putting marks back on it with the punch, and these don't have to be 100% the same exact length, because we're going to fill these with straps, and it's not going to make much of a difference once we do that. So the biggest thing is trying to make sure they're lined up straight across from each other as far as the holes this way. Okay. Now, like before, and this is where a couple things we can do. I gotta find my ruler. Give me a second. One thing I have to do. So on this, you can use any kind of straight edge. Anything that has a straight edge does not, as long as it is straight, does not have to be a ruler. And on this one, I can take my knife. As you can see, it's got a bevel on one side and it's completely flat on the other. When you put your ruler down, you can put that flat side up against there, and it should cut it out, and it did, but I didn't get that little last piece. Or you can take your scalpel and put it against there, and just cut it right on through. Now, when you're doing this, you want to cut, so you're going to have to flip and flop, because you want to cut into that void, because the little pieces that are in here, we're not keeping. So if I slip, I want to cut into that, not into my project. Now this buffalo, boom, and then it's going to come on out. So remember, put that right on the edges of that hole, edge to edge, and we're just cutting it on out. Now, the best way would be that we have slot punches that we are using, just saying pack out, pack out, pack out. I just haven't bought any slot punches yet. And that's pretty lazy of me. Kick it on out. Alright, so we're going to finish these up. I'm probably going to time lapse all this here now that I've cut a couple out. And honestly, it's not rocket science. So you can figure that out here, you know. 2 holes, I gotta have a slot, cut them out. Whoa, look at there. But we're going to finish these up. Sometimes it's a pain in the butt. And sometimes you got to come in and just finish it out. Ah. You can probably hear the door opening and closing from upstairs from my recluse 15-year-old who comes in and then disappears until it's time to eat, and then when it's time to eat, oh, she's all around then until she's done eating, and then she's gone again up into her room. So now if you look, so that gives us our slots. So all these will be slots when we're done with them. So, and all these holes will be slots in between. Oh, it's my phone. I don't know who that is, so we'll just... Now, it doesn't matter which side you do this from. I can do this from this side. As long as you are careful and you remember you're still flipping this around from side to side. It doesn't really make a difference. I just prefer to do it from the back side of my thing. It's all down that side. So I had an idea. A friend of mine, a girl I work with, her boyfriend, who's also a friend of mine, that works fire rescue over in Havelock, North Carolina, about doing who does better leather work and so on and so forth. And so I told her to get up with him, or to tell him not to get up with him. They live in the same house, but we should have a little competition. And my thoughts was, y'all come up with an idea of something we make, and we make the same thing and see who has the better product. You know, if it's a pouch like this, then we both make the same pouch. Just, you know, we both make a motorcycle tool pouch, but his, you know, he does his way, whatever he design. It can be different designs or whatever, as long as it's the same product at the end of the day. And y'all put down in the comments what you think about that, and maybe some ideas of what we should make. And then we can do a video of that. And what we'll do is we'll make a video of him and I designing or whatever, and we'll do videos of us. We'll get together where we can do videos of us working on our projects. You know, him working on his, me working on mine, and you know, but we're working together as far as like at the same place, basically. Where did I just cut? There it is. I forgot where I cut. Holy cow! Don't do that. Don't forget where you cut. You gotta remember where you're cutting, people. If you think that'd be interesting, you know, hey, comment, you know, down below and say, hey, that's a pretty cool idea. This is my idea. What you think? What I think you guys should do. You know, be interactive, people. Help a brother out. And let me know what you think. Alright, last cut. And that should be all of our slots. And we'll check, because you always want to go back and check, make sure everybody's cut and all that good jazz. Cover your blade. So everybody's cut. So with that said, let's do this real quick. Since I got you all right here, we're gonna go ahead and cut this piece out. And I know you're thinking to yourself, Travis, because you know I do that all the time. I'm thinking to myself, Travis, what about the straps for this pouch? Why haven't we cut those out yet? Why haven't we made actual templates of those? And I have an answer for that, because we haven't got to it yet. Oh, I'm just kidding. That we will do separately, because there's a little bit different process to straps, because they're a pain in the butt, honestly. And that one I do my straps a little bit different, because it just makes it a little easier than if trying to do like so. And this one we're just going to go right there, cut it off there, cut that there. Yeah. Okay. So that is how we use our patterns that we made. And you got to remember these two pieces here, because this one is going to eventually go on here like so. And then, because that's going to come over like so. And then this piece is eventually going to go on here like so. On this piece, because that's going to be how it folds over like that. Okay? And this piece is going, these two pieces are going to be out of tooling leather. And what we'll do is we'll tool design on them and dye them and get them sewed on eventually. Because we'll actually do those next, because we want to sew those on before we back it. Because when we back it, that'll hide the seam marks on the other side of this leather. And that way it'll be one smooth piece inside and it'll just be seams around the edges. So anyhow, if you think me and Bobby, my buddy Bobby, should have a little who makes a better leather product competition video, and what I'll do is I'll talk them into whatever we make we'll give away. So if you have us make 2 pouches, then I'll make a pouch, he'll make a pouch, and I'll punch him in his eye and take his pouch, and I'll give both pouches away. Either way, they'll go to y'all, and we'll get that done. If you're interested in that, and just like I said in the comments, say, hey, this is what I think. Yeah, that'd be cool. You guys make this, and I'll talk to Bobby and we'll work it out. If you like what we're doing, comment below. Talk to me if you have questions. Leave a comment saying, hey Trav, you know, blah blah blah. Otherwise, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share this stuff with your friends. And the next video, we'll actually be doing the tool leather pieces, and we'll go from there. Alright, see you on the next one.